Hello and welcome to my presentation on pretty Italian houses. This is a video absolutely nobody asked for. This one is for me. I just wanted to make this. I made this presentation for my boyfriend while I was recovering from surgery. Like in that period I had absolutely nothing to do and I became obsessed with scrolling through Idealista, which is like the main website for house listings here. Like it was an obsession, I'm not gonna lie. Like every day there's like hundreds of new houses on there, so I couldn't stop scrolling. I was like, what if my dream house is in this new listing? It became a whole thing. But anyway, I prepared a presentation for my boyfriend for when I would see him again after returning to Italy for my surgery, so I could show him all my pretty finds. And I was just so passionate about this. I am so excited about this really insane type A presentation I made that I thought more people should see this. Also because it's just fun. Like if you're anything like me, you will love looking at pretty homes and like snooping a little bit. That's my passion. If it's your passion as well, I think you will enjoy this video. So a little bit of background, me and my boyfriend are thinking about like eventually buying a house together. There's absolutely no rush for that, but it's always been my dream. Like I've dreamt for as long as I can remember of like having a safe haven, a pretty home with a garden where I can like relax, wind down in nature and just, you know, design to my heart's content. So I've always had a thing for scrolling through house listings and like looking at houses, but ever since moving to Italy, it's become like a little extreme because I realized that the housing market here is affordable, which is not something that is a thing in the Netherlands. Like in the Netherlands, houses are insanely expensive right now. It's literally impossible for me to buy a house there. Even as a couple, I don't think it would be manageable for us. So I saw my dream being crushed into nothing in the past few years. But upon coming to Italy, that dream has been revived because houses here are much more affordable. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that most of these houses are in the countryside and there's not a lot of work to be found there. So most Italians cluster like around cities because there's much more work there, which makes sense. But me and my boyfriend are lucky enough that we can both work from home. So that's not really a must for us to live like inside a city. I would like to be relatively close to one so we can still like have a social life and visit a bookstore every now and then, but I would much prefer to actually live in the countryside rather than in a city. So there's so many options. There's so many beautiful homes that are actually quite affordable. Like every time I scroll through Idealista, my mind is just blown. Yeah, and I collected a few pretty ones in a presentation. I took out the more boring ones, like the more sensible, mature options that I showed my boyfriend, because those are not super fun to look at. I kept the most beautiful ones. A lot of these are relatively affordable, and when I say that, I compare it to the prices of the Netherlands. Like all of these houses in this presentation would be over 1 million euros in the Netherlands, like no exception. But that doesn't mean that I can already afford all of these houses. Some of these are like future dreams. Some of these are actually affordable now. Some of these are insane renovation projects that, yeah, would take years. So with all of that being said, let's get into it. I'm so excited about this. So I divided my presentation in locations or like provinces roughly, and we're starting in Piedmont, which is on the left top side of Italy. This is where Torino is like the biggest city. I don't know much about this area. I did visit Torino, which was gorgeous, but other than that I don't know a lot about this area except that the houses are stunning. So let's get into it. Let's start with this gorgeous Liberty villa. And Liberty means Art Nouveau. Like Liberty is just the Italian word for Art Nouveau. I am obsessed with Art Nouveau. It's just the most beautiful architectural style. So if I could own an Art Nouveau villa, my life would be absolutely complete. So we're starting with this one. It's insanely big. It is 680 square meters inside. It has 12 rooms, which is absolutely insane. We do not need that much space. The problem is like all of the houses that are in the style that I love are huge. You cannot find a lot of smaller homes with like a reasonable amount of rooms that is also like in a really pretty style, if that makes sense. Like then you would probably end up with an apartment, but I really would love a garden. The thing is I have to choose between being sensible and choosing beauty. I will always choose beauty over that. And if you look at the price, it's 380k. That is not unreasonable. That is like achievable eventually. That's absolutely insane. So let's take a look on the inside. This hallway, oh my god, like imagine just inviting people over and this is where they enter. That is gorgeous. It looks like something straight out of Bridgerton. It also feels very English, which I kind of enjoy. Like I love the English style homes a lot, more so than most Italian styles. So that's probably also what draws me to these houses, but yeah, stunning. This room is what did it for me. These stained glass windows, all the dark wood, like I think it's actually black. This is so beautiful. It's giving Gothic mansion, it's giving witchy. I would love to decorate this. The only problem is that it said in the listing that this house does need renovation. And since like aesthetically everything seems perfect, it doesn't look like it's falling apart, I fear that they mean like structural renovation or like it needs new heating system or something like that, which can get very pricey. And that's where the real problem comes in with all of these villas. The upkeep, insane. Renovation, probably much needed because they're very old. And a lot of Italians didn't have money to renovate these houses when they needed it. So they're all just like really behind on that. And I don't have the savings for that, unfortunately. So that's where most of these dreams fall apart. But a girl can dream, you know? I also have to show you this bedroom. What the hell? Look at that built-in bookshelf in the wall. That is stunning. And the floor is also really beautiful. That's another gripe I have with a lot of Italian homes. They all have tile floors and like the most ugly ones, or like terracotta floors, which is only cute when it's like an old farmhouse. I want wooden floors. So whatever home I get, most of the time you would have to do all of the floors, which is also pricey. But this one already has stunning floors. Okay, next home. Realistically, I would not want to live here, but I had to show it to you because it's just so gorgeous. I would not want to live here because it feels more like a holiday home to me. I don't know why. I like just the outdoor area with the pool, and just the inside is almost too museum-like. I don't know what an insane take that is, like something is too beautiful to live in, but this house feels like that. Like I would be scared to do anything to this house, if that makes sense. But it is so stunning, I just had to show it to you. This is 390k. What the hell, like that's just absurd. And this doesn't need any renovation as far as I could tell. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's move on to the next one. This one, again, gives me such an English feeling. It's almost too perfect on the outside. Like, look at that. It's just like so picturesque. What the hell? It's absolutely stunning. In the living room, you can see the floors that I absolutely hate. Like here, it still looks pretty good because the rest is relatively calm. But if you have like a darker interior and also like dark wooden beams on the ceiling, this floor gets very overwhelming and it's really hard to style. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but this home is absolutely gorgeous. It is a bit more pricey, it's 420k, but just for the sake of dreaming, I put some more pricey houses in here, and this one is stunning. Okay, this one, as you can see, I also labeled these houses. This was a favorite find, just so my boyfriend knew what I was really passionate about. This one just gives me so much joy when I look at it. It makes me feel really calm inside. It kind of feels like a French farmhouse, just in the way that it's renovated. This is stunning. Like I have no words for it. But you might notice that this says that it has 22 rooms, which is crazy. And from what I understood from the listing is that they partially renovated this old farm. So part of it looks like this. The other part didn't have photos, but I'm assuming that still needs renovation. So this would need a lot of work still if you want to make the other part livable or like make it a space that you could rent out. But yeah, the way this is renovated is so gorgeous. It does have a very peculiar style. Like it's very much farmhouse. So my more maximalist side would have to like take a step back and accept that this is the style. Like this is more a Zara home, if that makes sense. And my maximalist tendencies would not work here. So that's also something to think about, but it's so beautiful. Okay, now it's time for the area where we most realistically would want to live. This is where we already live. We live in Monza, which is in between Milano and Lake Como. We are now mostly looking at houses around Lake Maggiore, which is to the left of Lake Como, mostly because it's a cheaper area and it's just as stunning. So we're gonna find a lot of houses in that area in this section. Okay, this house, like, I'm just in love with this house. Like, if I had to rank all of the houses in this presentation, this probably would have second place. The first place is still coming, so wait for that. This is just such a fairy tale. Like the red beams, the shutters, the greenery around it. I love this house so much. And you can see the price. It's more pricey. It's definitely way out of budget. It's 450k. And it still needs a lot of renovation inside, unfortunately. But oh, the heart wants what it wants. This is just such a dream. And the sad thing is, all of these houses, because no one can afford the renovation and the upkeep, are deteriorating more and more. Like no one is taking care of them, so they just get in worse and worse condition, which is so sad. And I think the government should just give me one of these houses so I can renovate it and take good care of it and uphold the legacy of Italian architecture. But that's just my opinion. But okay, let's take a little closer look at this house. First, this dining room. Look at all those stunning details. Oh my god, the ceiling, the painted ceiling, the tile floor, like these are tiles I can appreciate. These are absolutely stunning. But you can definitely see in the details that this house needs work. Like if you look at the right window, like under there at the wall, there's a lot going on. I don't know if that's mold or just like damage. The window itself is definitely very old wood. I don't know if it's rotten or anything, but yeah, just in those details you can see this house is old, has not been taken care of well. This is a living room or something, I guess. Again, stunning tile floor, those doors to like the balcony and then all the greenery behind it. That's my dream. Like my heart just beats faster looking at this. It's so beautiful. And this is like the main attraction for me. This garden room, holy shit, it's so beautiful. It's so cute. I could just imagine making a little office area here with tons of plants. But like I said, I put like the most beautiful photos in this presentation. There's a lot of other rooms that are really questionable, especially the kitchens. They're awful. There's 3 kitchens in this house, which is a thing that a lot of these old Italian houses have. Like eventually, because no one could afford a full villa, they divided them in different apartments, which means that a lot of these old huge villas now have like multiple kitchens and a lot of bathrooms and stuff. But yeah, all of the kitchens in this house were absolutely awful. It looked like they were ready to be just completely taken out. So we would probably need at least, and this is me being optimistic, 100k to make this house livable, but it's probably much more than that, on top of the asking price of 450. So I'm heartbroken. This is the most sensible option I have in here, just in terms of size and in terms of the work that would need to be done. So naturally, this is my boyfriend's favorite. Like, why are men like this, for real? But I'm not gonna lie, the house is really cute. It's really beautiful. The outside is adorable. I love the living room and dining room area. It's so light. I don't even mind the tiles in this style, because again, it gives that really calm, like farmhouse feeling. I do, however, mind the tiles in the bedroom. Those are atrocious, and in combination with that wall, like whatever they did to that, oh my god. But if you can look like past that, it's a really nice room, because look at those gorgeous doors that open to the balcony. It's really nice. So this house, yeah, there's definitely potential here. It's sensible. It doesn't make my heart beat faster like all of the other houses do. It has 3 bedrooms, it has a small garden, and just architecturally, this is a normal house to me. It doesn't have that Art Nouveau splendor that some of the others do. But yeah, maybe I need to be realistic and realize we need to start in a more sensible house and then just build our way up to renovating a beautiful Art Nouveau villa. But we're not here to be realistic today. My boyfriend is not here, so I can say whatever I want. Speaking of not being realistic, yeah, this is one of the most beautiful houses in this presentation. Again, this has so many gorgeous rooms inside. Like, I couldn't put all of the photos in the presentation. Again, huge home, 10 rooms, 350 square meters. Like, I wouldn't know what to do with all that space, to be honest. And it is more pricey. It's 440k. But for what it is, that is insanely cheap, because this one doesn't even need renovation. It's in such good condition. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I would not change a single thing inside in terms of style. Yeah, let's just take a closer look. Like, this is one of like the 3 or 4 living rooms that I saw on the photos, and they all have gorgeous built-in bookshelves. They all have gorgeous high ceilings, all gorgeous hardwood floors. Like, I have no words. I have no words for how beautiful these rooms are. This fireplace in a dining room, holy hell, that is stunning. It's giving medieval tavern, which I really love. But then we go to my favorite part of this house, which is this bathroom. How is this possible? Like, imagine going to the toilet here in this ballroom of a bathroom. Like, I am just completely in love with how gorgeous this is. The doors to the balcony, the painted ceiling, those gorgeous old wooden doors, like double doors opening to this bathroom. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to say. And lastly, this bedroom. This photo just made me really happy. I love all the different colors and textures that are used. Those gorgeous light blue doors opening to the balcony. Like, I just love a double door. They give such a different, like, luxurious vibe. The hard wooden floors. This is what dreams are made of. Like, I have no notes. This is where you see that I am really becoming spoiled and insane when it comes to Italian house listings, because even though this house is absolutely stunning, it would probably not be in my top 5, maybe not even my top 10. Like, it's not one of my favorites in this presentation, which is crazy because look at it. It has 2 balconies, like the veranda and the balcony on top. It has a tower, gorgeous tiles in the kitchen, gorgeous garden around it, but just it doesn't give me that like special feeling that I have with some of the other houses. It's pretty, but the inside feels a little bit like plain to me. Like, it's a little bit basic. If I'm thinking Liberty Villa, I'm thinking like beautiful details on the inside as well, and this house doesn't really have that as far as I can tell. So yeah, I'm being like overly critical here, which is just absurd, especially if you look at the price. It's 395k for a house of 400 square meters. That's absolute insanity, and I do believe it's in really good condition as well. I don't think it needs any renovations aside from like aesthetically to just make it to your taste. And the location is also amazing because it's close to Varese, which is a really cute town. We actually visited it last weekend just to get a feel for this area, and it was a lovely little town. So there's nothing wrong with this house, but it just doesn't give me that feeling of being in love like some of the others do. Okay, this one, I was definitely sold on the view that you can see in the middle there. Imagine having your breakfast on that balcony in the morning with that view. I would honestly cry. I would cry every day just from sheer happiness of being able to look out at that. That's just gorgeous. And I do think this villa is recently renovated. Like, everything was empty inside, and the kitchen just has some details that makes me think that it's probably new, but I cannot be sure. But either way, it's in really good condition, so this house wouldn't need much work either. And if you look at the price, you wonder, like, what's the catch? What's the catch here? And the catch is that it's like isolated on top of a hill. That's really the only thing. It is 30 minutes from Varese again, so that's not actually that far. Like, a 30-minute drive is fine. But yeah, you have nothing around. You have no neighbors, you have no town around you. You cannot just like walk to a place to get coffee in the morning, which is something I am quite used to doing here where I live now. So yeah, that's a choice you would have to make. But holy hell, this is beautiful and so cheap. Oh, I have a close-up of the view. Yeah, look at that. Just take that in for a moment. Take that in. Ah! Also, I love how overgrown like the stone fence is on this balcony. That's beautiful. Like, for me, a house is worth extra if it has mature plants in the garden or like growing up the house, because that's something I would definitely want to do myself. And that takes a long time. So if it's already there, for me, that's a bonus. Like, other people might think like, oh, it's overgrown, we need to get rid of all that. I'm like, no, I would pay for this. I love it. This house is not one of my favorites necessarily, especially because of the outside. Like, inside, it's pretty cute. Like, that tile floor in the kitchen is absolutely atrocious and should be illegal. But like, I love those little like round windows. That's really, really cute. And it has a lot of beautiful features. Like, I like the floor, I like the bathroom. Just outside, it just doesn't get to me. It's like, it's really orange. I don't know if I'm a fan of like orange houses like this. And also it's like so like long and narrow. I'm confused. But again, I'm being really nitpicky here for no reason, because I would like thank God on my knees if I could live in a house like this. Just compared to the other ones in this presentation, this one is not the best one, okay? In terms of price though, it's 265k. That's crazy, especially if you realize that it comes with 1,250 square meters of land around it as well. So I could start my vegetable garden. I could have goats and donkeys. That's crazy. This one is a little bit of a wild card. Like, this just, I wanted to put it in there because I am shocked that this is even an option. This villa, this mansion, has 30 rooms, is 560 square meters inside, has 5,600 square meters of land around it, and it's 270k. And it doesn't look in bad condition. Like, if you look at the outside, it looks really well maintained. The roof looks good, the paint looks new, there's nothing crumbling. It looks so good. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on here. And there was very little pictures of the inside on the website. Like, this is Engel & Volkers, which is a agency that always post very little photos of the house for some reason. There's always like 5 photos. I'm like, hello, there's 30 rooms. I want to see each and every one of those rooms. I have renovation needed question mark written down because I don't know. The listing didn't say. It looks good to me. Like aesthetically, of course you could do some work, but it looks gorgeous. The listing did say that this building is separated in 3 functioning apartments. So realistically, we would only live like in part of the house and maybe rent out the rest, or you can start like a B&B or something. Or, this is a dream I've had for a very long time, is to organize retreats. I would love to organize creative retreats, like invite people to your lands and just give them the space to create and inspire each other and, you know, provide good food and rooms to make art in. That's such a dream of mine, and this house could like provide that. Like this house has 30 rooms, so I could invite so many people to stay. I don't know, like I'm honestly thinking of just visiting this house just to see what's up because I'm so curious. How is it so cheap? Like it is absolutely in the middle of nowhere. It's 1 hour from Torino and probably more than 1 hour from Milano, which are the main like cities it's in the middle of. So if you want like have like a social life, you would not have one here. But if people are coming to my mansion, then who cares? I would be social all the time. Yeah, this is definitely a wild card. Like my boyfriend does not even see this as an option. I, however, am crazy. Okay, now I'm just getting giddy just looking at this. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I do know why. This is like, I feel like this is my soul home. I feel such a deep connection to this home. And of course I hear you thinking now like, of course you feel a deep connection. It's a stunning, gorgeous villa by Lake Como. Like anyone would feel a deep connection. And I know, but you've seen a lot of other stunning villas in this presentation already. And this is just the one that makes my heart beat faster. Even though it's an absolutely god-awful state and probably needs at least 1 million in renovation budget. And that's not an option. That's not an option now, and it's probably not an option ever. But I just cannot help being so in love with this house. Like every time I see pictures of it, I get all warm inside. I'm just in love with it. It's beautiful, and I have just such a strong vision of how I would renovate it. And yeah, look at the price. It's 330k for this stunning piece of Art Nouveau by Lake Como. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it does say in the listing, like, obviously it needs renovation, and it's been empty for quite a while. I don't know what quite a while means, but usually that means mold damage, water damage, just a whole lot of issues. It probably needs a new roof, it probably needs a whole new electrical system, new pipes. Like, I don't even know what a big structural renovation would entail, but probably this house needs all of it and more. I'm gonna show you some more of the insides, and I have to preface this by saying that I did use AI to reimagine some of the rooms. I just want to say it, like, I don't use AI in my daily life to accompany me with daily tasks or use them as a therapist or whatever people use AI for. I would never use it in my work and in my art, ever. I just want to be clear on that. But this is something I don't know how to do. I don't know how to use those programs where you can like redesign a room. I'm not an interior designer. And I just had to show my boyfriend my vision because men are visual learners. Like, he saw this dump and he was like, hell no. And I showed him my vision and he was like, oh hell yeah. So I'm sorry for using AI in this one instant. I literally only used it because I didn't know in what other way to do it. But I still use my own brain, I promise you. So with that being said, let's go into it. This room is what gets me going every time. Like the sunroom there, those arched windows, holy hell. Like, not even in Sims could I dream up something as gorgeous as this. I'm just obsessed. Like, also the arched door, the glass door in the house itself. It is so stunning. Like, I'm not even mad at the tile floor this time because it's just so unreal and beautiful. And for what it is and for the price, I expected it to look much worse inside. Like, it doesn't look like it's crumbling, falling apart. Like, sure, it probably needs a lot of like touch-ups and modernization and renewal, but it doesn't look like an absolute dump, which is what I expected going inside. This is just one of the living rooms, I'm assuming, since there's so many rooms. So beautiful, like the molded details on the walls and the ceiling, the built-in bookshelves, The beautiful, like, I feel like it's Art Deco fireplace, but correct me if I'm wrong. The hardwooden floors, everything about this is so stunning, and if you give it some love, it would be so beautiful. Like, I would definitely change that shade of green, because what the hell. But oh, okay, this is where I used AI, I'm sorry. This little dining nook definitely looks more crumbling than what we've seen so far, but I had a vision, and seeing it like this just makes me fall in love with the house even more. Like, just knowing its potential and knowing how amazing these rooms could be. I also love the different levels, like you see stairs going up. I don't know where they lead. I'm not a big fan of open plan. I just love having different nooks and rooms and hallways and little hidden areas. That's what I want for my future home. And this is the other place I used AI, because you definitely need to have some vision for this hallway. I mean, I guess not. It's absolutely stunning and beautiful and regal, but yeah, it's falling apart. It looks a little bit scary with that chair there, not gonna lie. This needs a lot of work. It looks in pretty bad shape. And I just had to apply my vision to it, and it's stunning. I'm sorry, I have such good taste. If we could renovate it to look like that, that would be a dream. So if anyone has just like a spare 1 million euros to lie around and wants to help me achieve this dream, hit me up, because I'm open to things. This is, I think, the last house I have for this portion. This is also the most expensive one in this list. Like, this is when I got a little overzealous. Is that a word? Overzealous? Even though we could never ever afford this. It is beautiful, and it's like right in Varese. So you have all the beauty of living in the countryside with like all the greenery and garden around it, but you're inside a really nice town, which is the best of both worlds. But obviously that also makes this house much more pricey. If this was in the countryside, I think it would take off 200k. But because it's inside the town, it's so much more expensive. I think I have like 2 photos of the inside of this one, yeah. This beautiful hallway that you enter in. Beautiful like folding doors, I believe. There's like a different floor in each space here, which is a little bit strange, but I love the hardwood floor on the right side. That's gorgeous. And then I also have this room, which I think is on the 2nd floor, because I see like a balcony. So this could be a bedroom. Beautiful hardwood floor again. Double doors opening to the balcony. Trees in front of the windows. It's a dream. It's a dream. But if I think about some of the other houses we've seen, I think this one is very pricey compared to the other ones. But it's really, I think, because of the location. Okay, time for the last part of my presentation, which is Tuscany. Tuscany is probably one of my favorite areas in Italy. As a child, we went on vacation there quite regularly, which made Italy my favorite country. I wanted to go there every year. Florence is my favorite city in the entire country. I could definitely see myself living inside of Florence, but more as a temporary situation, because it's intense, it's overwhelming, there are a lot of tourists. So that would be more of like a temporary life experience. But otherwise, I would realistically move to the countryside. The problem is just the countryside directly around Firenze, Florence, is really expensive because it's a popular city. So you automatically move like a little bit further away in the countryside in Tuscany. And then you get to the issue again that you live pretty much in the middle of nowhere. So especially because we don't know anyone that lives there, I don't see it as a realistic option right now to actually move to any of these houses. But it's definitely a beautiful area with a lot of beautiful homes. And like the main style of houses here is like farmhouse. There's a lot of old classic Tuscan farmhouses. I don't have a lot of those in my presentation because those are usually quite old and just need a lot of work. But yeah, let's just take a look at my finds. First, this one. So cute. Like, just look at that little piece of paradise on the left side. Absolutely insane. I cannot imagine people just live like this. I did notice when I clicked the link that the listing is gone, so it's either sold or they have given up on trying to sell it. Either way, I was a little bit sad about that, even though probably we wouldn't move here. But this house just makes me really happy to look at. I feel like it's a really joyful house. It's close to Lucca, which is a really cute town in Tuscany, so that's nice. It's not in the middle of nowhere, but it is still a 25-minute drive to that town. So you're definitely like in the hills somewhere with just nature around you. So that's a choice. This again is one of those houses that I can see is objectively stunning. I just don't get that like feeling with it. It's like something about it just doesn't grip me, which I don't know why, because it has a lot of the similar features to some of the other houses we've seen. and it's really beautiful. It's in really good condition. I don't get the tingles with this one. But yeah, it's stunning. It's relatively close to the seaside, which is really nice. My boyfriend loves the seaside, so this would be really nice for him. I think it's a 20-minute drive to a town called Viareggio, which is really cute. It's definitely a very touristic, cute little seaside town. So that would be nice to live there. It would definitely be like a completely different life from like living in the lake area to like live close to the beach. Okay, then we have another house that I do get like that giddy feeling with, which of course is 450k. I guess I just do really have expensive tastes, unfortunately. But still, again, if I compare this to the Netherlands, this is cheap. This is so cheap. This house would be at least 1.5 million in the Netherlands, which I don't know, man. It's just crazy. This house makes me really happy. It reminds me a little bit of like Pippi Longstocking in a way, just in terms of its like joyful colors on the outside. I don't think it needs any renovation. It looks absolutely perfect inside. Here is a part of the living room and like the dining area. It just like looks really good condition, and I don't even mind the orange tiles here too much because the rest is so calm. It doesn't bother me. Here is a view from one of the upstairs bedrooms. I love that like iron green bed. That is so cute. Again, I think I love this house because it also gives me like a little bit of an English vibe. Like, do you see it? I don't know. I don't know. It feels a little bit like English countryside as well. I also see air conditioning up there in the top right corner, which is, it's nice. That's very nice. If a house comes with air conditioning in Italy. Let's move on to, okay, this is one of those more classic farms that I mentioned, but this one is completely renovated, so it doesn't look that old inside. That second photo in the middle, that view, that is stunning. Like, again, this looks AI just from how beautiful it is. To me, this feels more like a vacation destination. This is definitely the type of house we used to stay at when we used to go on holiday with my family. So it reminds me a little bit more of like a holiday destination. I don't know if I would want to live here, but it's definitely gorgeous. As you can see, the inside, it's newly renovated. They really honored like the feeling of the original farmhouse, but everything looks so good and new. It's really calming. Like, those old farmhouses give me a really like sense of calm and simplicity inside, which I really enjoy. And it's 290k for a completely newly renovated farm with this view. That's absurd. And this is the last one. I really loved this house before, but then I looked up the location on Google Maps with Google Street View, and it was in an absolutely horrendous, depressing town. Like, the street was so ugly. There's really ugly office buildings and construction going on. So I've kind of like already took this one off my list of places I would want to live. But I just wanted to show it anyway, because why not? The exterior looks stunning. It looks a little bit creepy as well. Like, this could be a haunted house, but it's beautiful. And what I really liked about this home is that it had a lot of those rooms, as you can see on the bottom right, like really high ceilinged, like studio office spaces with a lot of books. It reminded me a little bit of the house of Call Me By Your Name in a way. Yeah, there's just a lot of potential here. And it was 45 minutes from Florence. So that was a plus, but the town was just so depressing. That was it. Oh my god, I'm exhausted from talking. That was my entire presentation on houses. Like I said, not all of these are realistic options for us right now or anytime soon. It's because we both chose the struggling artist life. Like, my boyfriend is a freelance photographer, I'm a freelance writer and content creator. Things just go a little bit slower when you do it that way, but that's fine because it also gives us the freedom to live wherever we want. And as you can see, that gives some really amazing options. For now, our plan is to use this summer to drive around different areas of the country, see what feels right, what feels good, what other areas we might want to live. We're gonna talk to a bank to see what kind of mortgage we could actually get, and I'm just gonna daydream and be unrealistic for a little while longer. But if you guys would be interested in me buying that Art Nouveau villa by Lake Como and renovate it on YouTube, let me know. Maybe I can show that as proof to the bank that I can afford it. Anyway, I hope this was fun for you. If it was not, I completely understand. This was such a random video. This was really just me talking about one of my newfound passions. But if you're into houses, maybe this was fun. Maybe now I infected you with an interest in the Italian housing market as well. If that's the case, you're welcome. Please move here so we can all be friends. Yeah, that was it. This was just a little like slow entry into coming back to YouTube after my surgery. The next video will be a proper vlog again, which I'm really excited about to, you know, just share my life again with you guys. So thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!